Good evening, folks. Usually do start running at that time. There's nobody there. Oh, one or two folk popped up there all of a sudden. Good evening, folks. How are you doing? Got a brand new convict haircut or scory haircut or something, but the boys had a haircut this week, so DIY, get the clippers out, and decided to get my end in this morning. And so Roderick, who's 9, he did my hair for me. So this is kind of harking back a wee bit to when I was getting chemotherapy and I shaved my head. So it's tidy, easy to keep, easy to comb. So welcome if you're looking in. Just a quick thank you to anybody who's donated. I mean, these concerts we've been doing are free. There's no pressure or expectation to pay, but folk have been very generous in some cases and have put some money in the tip jar through the PayPal, which is www.paypal.me/Paul Anderson Shona Dawn. So thank you very much to anybody that's donated. There's been quite a few of you, so very helpful this kind of difficult sort of period, I suppose, if you kind of get out and work. So I'm going to start with a wee tune really for Joe Aiken and Pat, and John Fuchs and Shirley Fuchs. It's John's birthday and Joe's birthday, so a couple of stalwarts of the traditional music scene in Scotland. John and Shirley were actually supposed to be on a cruise. I think it was Bulbs and Battlefields, which sounds like it must be probably what I can, Holland and Belgium, maybe, sounds about right. But so you kind of get there, but maybe you go and fight in the garden, you can do that instead. So this first thing is for them, so we'll get a dirl and see if you can what it is. Bluebell Polka there, if you didn't ken. Hard to believe that was actually a #1 hit in the British charts for Jimmy Shand back in the 60s. Those kind of days are past, I'm afraid, when dance bands could command that kind of sales. But you never can, they might come back. There's been plenty of accordion players playing online the last few weeks. So it's just going to be myself tonight. I've quite a lot here going to be quite disappointed because she's not feeling very well, and I ken her singing's going down a real storm. So she'll be back the next time hopefully, but just not feeling quite herself. So she does apologise, but she's sitting here and she's tucking on a notes in for folk are saying hello or anything like that. So she's fine, but just not up for singing. So anyway, it'll be just myself tonight. We've got a few things here, and the first is a new item. It's a new item here. What is it for? Now I ken a lot of the farmers or country folk will probably ken, but it's this item here, which I have actually used. We'll probably get a few different answers. Some folk won't have a clue, but I reckon only farmer will ken what it's for, because they used to be regularly used, especially in the winter time. That's all I'm saying. So answers, let me ken. Postcard, if you get the answer, postcard, win a coconut. We've got our coconuts in for Fingin. So great harvest of coconuts in Fingin this time of year, very tropical. So before I move on, also popular, what's in the box. Probably gave you a lot too much there. Anyway, it's a group of items rather than one thing, so we'll come back to that in a wee bit. But I'm going to play a few requests for a start. So the first thing is for Tommy and Sonia Webster, and they asked for my tune on Anderson's Waltz, which I wrote for my mother quite a few years ago now, but my mum's listening in probably. So hello mum, on Anderson's Waltz. Tune for my mum. Right, another request. Now this is for Lorelei Bach for the USA. Lorelei is a minister, and I met her last year actually when I was playing at Crathy Kirk, and she was at the service, one of the services that I played at, and she came up and said hello, and so she's I kept in touch, and I think Lorelei has probably looked in at every single one of these recitals we've done on a Friday night. So hello, hope you're keeping fine. So she asked for a tune called Balmoral, which I think I probably played that day, and it's not actually written about the royal family. It's got nothing to do with them, although if that's what pops into mind, I wouldn't be surprised. But it's about the scenery. That part of D-side's very picturesque, beautiful area, and so the tune is just about the landscape of D-side. got, I'll come to that just in a minute. Shona, thank you. I'll do one more. This another request. And this is, I think it was Roberta Lasnik. Boston, I think, one of my favourite cities in North America. Boston, great place. But Roberta's a very keen Scottish country dancer and fiddle player as well. And she asked for a 4-poster bed. So I'm going to play that, but I'm going to put the Hens Merch Hour of Midden in front of it. So the two tunes, I've been playing them together since I was about 10 or 11, I suppose. It's been fairly a while anyway. So that's for Roberta. Just before we go on to our next item, I was going to say, I mentioned Lorelei Bach earlier, who's a minister. This weekend is obviously Easter, and Tarlin Church are streaming a live service. It's at Boyne, Dinnet and Cramar churches. They're it's a live streaming from 7 a.m. So it starts at 7 a.m, but you can check it out any time through the day as far as I can. So worth having a look. I think there's some surprises going to be there. A secret place will be revealed. So that's with Reverend Frank Ribbons. So if you can take a wee look in, make you feel more in touch with the season. If you get a wee bit of that in the morning, it'll set you up for the day. So enjoy hearing Frank. So I'm just going to do this now. What's in the box? So here we go, here's the box, look. I'm not going to shock it this time, or some of you will get if it's in it, but it's a group of items rather than one thing, but there are kind of the same sort of thing, but we'll reveal that later on. So Shona's got a few notes for me here. What have we got? Is that here? So, face one. She says my haircut looks great. Well, I'll pass it on to Roderick. Leandro Rodarte from Brazil. Oh gosh, that's exotic. Francie and Anne from Dublin. Hello, folks. Harry Lash. He shaved his hair as well, so it seems to be the season for that. It's certainly been warm enough today to warrant it. We've got Alec, Ethan, Reese, Elaine McVean, just up in the other side of the village there. Peg and Jack in St John's, Newfoundland. Margaret Stewart, hello Margaret, how are you doing? Susan Hurst in Oklahoma, and Peter Collins, who's an expat in Florida. And Shona's mum says she loves my mum's tune. Thank you, Grace, that's a very good of you. And I've got to write Harry in as well. Well, we'll maybe do that. I've got plenty of time in my hands at the minute. So, so we've got what's in the box and also what's this for. So, If you can't, I can.
Everybody's guessed right so far.
Everybody's guessed right so far. I thought a few folk might not ken what it was. I actually decided to do this item last night without really thinking if I had anything that folk wouldn't have ken what it was. But I thought, oh, I've got a few tools out in the shed, so that's one. But we'll probably reveal all just shortly. Aye, going to move on to some Peter Milne tunes. Peter Milne is a distant relative of mine actually through my granny. My granny's 97 now. She's up at Allochburn Care Home in Aboyne, and they do a fantastic job there. None of us got to see her because of this COVID-19. So Lord kens what she's making it up there, but they're fantastic workers up there, and it's a great place for her to be. But Peter Milne, yeah, his mother was a Cramar, so that's how I'm related to him, to St Cramars as my granny was. And he was the fiddler that taught James Scott Skinner how to play his traditional music. So I'm going to play a set of his tunes for a start. So the first one's called Buried in Cottage, and that goes into the Muir of Gellan and then the Marks of Huntly. Now, for I'm sitting, I can look out the window there. I would say it's probably less than a mile to the Muir of Gellan for I'm sitting at the moment, so it's really close to him. So here we go, set of Peter Milne tunes. So, a set of Peter Milne tunes there. And as it happens, I've actually got Peter Milne's fiddle here. And this came up in an auction a good few years ago now. And I heard about the auction for a pal, Alan Aberdeen, emailed to say, oh, there's a Peter Milne fiddle come up for sale in an auction, and it had happened 2 weeks before I got the email, so I was pretty sick, but Sometime later, I was in the Dinnet Antique Shop, and I went in for a look, just in the random chance of finding something interesting. And Dave, who runs the place, he said, "Oh, I've got a fiddle here you might be interested in." And sure enough, it turned out it was Peter Milne's fiddle. So it's a German factory fiddle, and it's just really come back for Charlie Webster up at Abriachin. It's been kind of a bit of restoration because it was sore needing it. So this is Peter Milne's fiddle. Peter had a fairly tragic life, a lot of success, gold medal for Queen Victoria, played out over the country, and Skinner said he was the grandest Strathspey player he'd ever heard. This is James Scott Skinner, probably the finest traditional musician in the world. A genius is how he described him. But unfortunately, he fell in hard times and is buried in a pauper's grave in Aberdeen. So this is the kind of fiddle that somebody in that predicament probably would have been playing. But it's funny, it just feels like it sort of tried to get sell back to Tarlin, so here it is in my house here. So was there a few things to mention there, Sean? Right, one or two things here. What's in the box? Lorelei says buttons. Gillian Needham says Easter eggs. David Summers, tiny gold fiddle. I wish. No, you're all wrong, folks. Some more here. Mystery guesses. Harry Lash, cutting reeds.
This is the thing.
No, it's not for that. Ian Russell for hedging. No, now Ian, I thought you might have kent what that was. Susan Hurst, pull out for oven racks, and Elaine Mitchell, removing teeth. God almighty, I want to go to your dentist. if that's what you used to take out the teeth with. No, it's not any of these. But we'll reveal that shortly, actually. I'll do that just in a minute.
Ian Russell says to tell them the grave is now marked.
Oh, aye, Ian Russell said to mention about Peter Milne's grave. He's in a pauper's grave, but it is now not an unmarked grave, because while I was at the Elphinstone Institute as a research fellow, I endeavoured to find his grave, which I duly did after a lot of work, and I was quite scunnered quite a lot of the time because just couldn't find the right details. But tracked his grave down. He's in the Nellfield Cemetery in Aberdeen on Great Western Road. Had a fundraising concert and raised enough money that we put up a memorial stone on his grave, and we discovered that there was 12 folk in the same grave. 5 of those were infants, and he was the second last person that was laid to rest inside that grave. So it's a sad white end for one of our great players, but nice we can remember him through his music. So I'm going to play a Sloaster Spey, which I demonstrated on Wednesday at my Sloaster Spey workshop. This is James O. Forbes, of course, and then I'll go into the Brigga Fuch after that. There you go, so that's Peter Milne. Quite a different tone, I think you'll probably agree. For my own fiddle, here's another ticket here. Ian Russell for thatching. No, it's not for thatching. For Frank Ribbons for taking stones out of elephants' shoes. That might be a sort of veiled reference to a Swiss Army knife, kind of sort of thing for taking stones out of horses' hooves. But no, Nell of them in Howickermar. There is Oren Lumfanen, of course, a well-kent community of elephants bide at Lumfanen. But when I go down in the Howickermar, but no, it's nae. I think we'll just reveal this right now. Before I move on to my next bit of music. Oh, some of these folk have got it correct, which is a longer list than the folk who got it wrong. Nicola Mitchell, Ted Cremar, Yvonne Morrison, Kate Taylor, Ian Ritchie, Kate Fraser, Gordon Skinner, Sonia Webster and Ewan Wallace. They all got it right. Let me just show you what this is for. Now, does that a help? That's a neep. For those from North America, a neep, you might know it as a turnip, but in Scotland it's a neep. You hae this with haggis. Haggis, neeps and tatties at Burns night. So it's a neep, and this is for topping and tailing neeps. So yeah, it's a root vegetable. So there's just the shaws or the leaves and the stalks that are looking at the top. That's in the earth. And it's got that kind of rooty bit at the bottom. And this was a tool that was used, it was predominantly used for feeding livestock. And it still is to some extent, but maybe not as much as it was. And you tend to find it was in frosty mornings. My dad said that he used to have his fingers just about frozen. So how this works is, it's to see if you bend it down quite so far. You get the hook and you, like that. Not quite deep. I'll have to be neep some more, I think. And then you cut off the shaws off the top, turn it, and cut off the reeds. So that's what that's for. It's for topping and tailing neeps. So there you go. I'll have to find someone a bit harder for next time. So there, we'll dispense with that nonsense. So I'm afraid I'm not going to send out coconuts to all the right winners, because then I got enough coconuts. But anyway, there you go. We have got coconuts. Shona has another few hellos here. Laura Mackenzie, from Minnesota. Hello, Laura. David Summers from Louisiana. Hello, David. Missy and Phil Chamberlain. Hello, how you doing? Frank Ribbon says evening. What's that say? Evening O'Shorn one. Oh, me. I'm. Okay, Frank. Haha. Ron Ramsey. Hello, Ron and Anna Wyatt. So, some nice folk to hear for there. I'm going to move on. We had Peter Milne's fiddle there, and because I had this recital earlier in the year, playing the fiddles of the great composers, in Scottish terms that is, I had a line of a heap of fiddles, and this is Nathaniel Gow's fiddle, which is, I think it's one of the best Scottish fiddles I've ever played. This was made in Aberdeen in 1777, and I've still got it because everybody's locked in with coronavirus. So we've been 3.5 weeks. We've kind of been self-isolating because I had chemotherapy last year, and Shona and myself are both asthmatic, so we're kind of in the high risk category. So we've taken a lockdown for 12 weeks at least. So I hadn't been out, and so I hadn't been able to hand these instruments back. So I've still got this in. I own Peter Milne's fiddle, and I've got one of Neil Gow's fiddles by in the house. So Nathaniel was the most acclaimed player out of Neil Gow's sons, the fourth son. Very successful in his own right, and he wrote some fantastic tunes. So I'm going to play a set of his tunes. So, Miss Sally Hunter of Thurston, for a start. We'll go into Lady Charlotte Campbell, then Loch Earn, and we'll finish with the Fairy Dance. So these are our tunes by Nathaniel. This was actually was bought by Neil Gow, his father, when he was up in Aberdeen. And the tunes were more than likely composed on this instrument, which is pretty cool, I have to say. Some Nathaniel Gow tunes. Oh, a few notices come in. Right, so, okay, there's a few more guesses. What's in the box? Sonia Webster. Sonia says marbles. No. Matt Donaldson. Roddy Spinner. No. Best place for it though. Harry Lash and Opal. No. And Susan Hurst, she says sweeties. No, there's nobody really got close at all. There's 4 of these things in there. So you can imagine the size. Not very big, but there's 4 of them.
Ted Cramar thinks it's whiskey bottle tops.
No, Ted, it's not whiskey bottle tops. Never keep them. So, oh, right, I'm going to move on. And I'm going to play another tune by Nathaniel Gow on this fiddle since I've got it. This is a slow air card, Miss Hamilton of Pint Caitland. there for you. Okay, I'm going to go into a medley of tunes. I'm going to go back to my own fiddle. Nice as it is to play fiddles like these, especially with the kind of historic links and the fact that some of our greatest Scottish fiddle music was composed on these fiddles. Kind of get over your own fiddle, to be honest. This was the one I found in this very house when I was about 5, which wasn't yesterday. I've been playing for 41 years, so that gives you an idea. So it's actually French. It's a Colin Mezin fiddle. It was made in Paris in 1893, and how on earth it got to Scotland I have no idea, but it was bought by a relative of my granny's when she got married. She wanted a fiddle in the house because her brother and sister played, and Bob especially, when he was along with the Gordon Highlanders during the Second World War, she kind of wanted a fiddle in the house in case he visited. So that's really how I started, and as a result of that, well, I started, my brother David started, my sister Heather started, my cousin Avril started. I wouldn't care to say that was because I started, I probably know, but Avril started, so that's my cousin. My cousin Gary, he started playing the accordion, black sheep. And then next generation on, my sister Heather has got 2 daughters that play. My brother's oldest daughter, Katie, she plays the fiddle. Roderick has started just recently, so that's nice. Same age as I started, actually. And then my cousin's kind of Avril's got Ewan that plays as well. There's some more stuff coming in here. So Peggy Stewart thinks dice, Yvonne Morrison keys, Ian Russell tin soldiers, Gordon Skinner horse harness decorations, Ross Dickey kilt pins, Tommy Webster, you and the boys here, you need a bigger box, Tommy. Frank Ribbons jacks, Bill Castle's dice. Actually, if I mention jacks, I'm old enough that I ken what they are. I think my boys would ken what jacks are. Kate Taylor chess pieces, and Frank Ribbons again, 4 nails for a cross. Very seasonable, yes, but no coconuts. So I don't know if anybody's going to get this tonight. So I'm going to go in with a medley of tunes. The first thing is called the Peat Fire Flame. That goes into Blue Bonnets, or Blue Bonnets Over the Border. Be well enough kent in Scotland, but Scots at a certain period were known for wearing blue bonnets. No light sky blue, but a really dark navy kind of blue was more the colour, I think. And so this obviously relates to them invading across the border. So Blue Bonnets, the Duke of Gordon's Birthday, John McAlpin, which was the first Strathspey I ever learnt, and then we'll finish with John McNeill by Peter Milne. There you go. Some good traditional tunes there. I'm going to stand up. I just realised you can't even see. I've gone. Oh, the bother! I put my kilt on here. Look, you can. I could have been sitting with nothing on. For there doing, you can. Who would have known? Who would have known? Anyway, but I've got my kilt on, so I've dressed up for you the night. Going to do one more tune, and then we're going to have a big reveal of hits in the box. A few more folk have come in with guesses, I think. Dan Emery, 4 £1 coins. No. Ian Ritchie, 4 pieces of silver. Jamie Bowers, Old Money. No. Alan Taylor, Neep Shaws. No. Ian Russell, he's determined tonight for this coconut. Thrupney Bits. No. Matt Donaldson, Showing His Rings. No. David Law, American Baseball. No. It's hardly a big enough box for that, actually. And Karen Fraser says cream eggs. No. Almost there. You play one more tune and then play that. So, kilted up here. I'm going to play a tune that was written for the soundtrack of a film called The Jacobite Officer. Now, the film has never gotten made, but some of it's made, and fit there is, looks beautiful, and the Scottish scenery looks great, and it's based on a book by Matthew Donaghy. So the Jacobite Officer, his name is Donaghy Moore, and that's the name of this piece, really. So it's I'm not going to say more about it. Buy the book. But Dougal has decided to come and sit at me on my legs again. But here we go. So Donaghy Moore. Okay, so with this COVID-19 carry on just now, one of the things that's been cancelled, like everything else, was the commemoration of the Battle of Culloden. which takes place on the battlefield at the big memorial there, and I would have been going to that next week, so unfortunately we're going to miss that, but we can go back next year. Very evocative place, the battlefield at Culloden, and if you're across in Scotland and want to go and see a really special visitor centre, it's well worth going to see and to sort of get touching base with a bit of Scottish history. Shona's got a few more names.
Some hellos.
Some hellos. Hello! Jane Roberts says, her cat loves your Strathspey. Well, that cat has good taste. I love Strathspey, so I like your cat. Thank you, cat. Whatever your name is. Joe Aitken says he likes your new hairstyle. Well, thanks, Joe. Happy birthday. Morag and Robin Morag and Robin Dempsey. Hello, how you doing? Nice to hear from you. Glad you're tuning in. And Sandy Thompson and Alison McKinnon. So thanks for looking in, folks. Nice to hear a few folks saying hello. And what else we've got here? Right, these are the right. We've got to do the theme tune. Right, theme tune. Play the theme tune. What's in the box? A few late entries here. So, first, Karen Fraser, boiled eggs. No, something badly wrong with the boiling process because they had a definite metallic ring about them. So, no. Morag Dempsey, fiddle pegs. No. Anne Ag N. Sweden. Hello. Sorry if I'm butchering the pronunciation. I'm trying my best. I'm notoriously bad at Swedish. Easter bunny, no, it's not. Roberta Lasnik. Chocolate bunnies, okay, no. Alison McKinnon, 4 paracetamol, no, not yet. Sandy Thompson, fiddle pegs, that's that again, no. And Kate Taylor, egg cups, no. I'm afraid it's not. Right, fits in the box. This bonny box here for Persia. And I can sense the bated breath. In fact, these are authentic Scottish regimental cap badges. So there's the first thing. That's actually the Lovat Scouts. I ken it's inverted in back to front, but that's a Lovat Scouts cap badge. They were like the British Army's first commandos, really. So that's one. And they were raised during the Boer War. Next one is the Black Watch. Famous regiment, the Black Watch. One of the oldest Highland regiments. They were raised in the Highlands to deal with cattle lifting. So that's pre-1745 Jacobite Rebellion. So that's the Black Watch, famous regiment. Shona's granda, he was actually in the Black Watch during the Second World War. And our great-grandfather was a pipe major in the Black Watch, so that's a nice thing to have. Next thing, local regiment, the Gordon Highlanders, Bidand. Few notions of what Bidand means. I understood it meant bide and fight, but it's maybe nothing to do with it. But don't know what, it's a nice thing with the stag's head. I like that. And then the last thing is the Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders. And if you've seen the picture of the thin red line at Balaclava, that's the Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders. It's a brilliant picture. Go and Google it once you get finished with the concert. If you've never seen it, well worth having a look, because it's a great picture of the Highlanders facing down the Russian cavalry at the Battle of Balaclava in the Crimean War. So there's the Argyll and Sutherland. Eh?
Like a balaclava.
Shona likes a balaclava, but different sort. I'm not sure she would have cared for that balaclava. Anyway, thanks very much, Abdi, for looking in, and really appreciate Abdi taking the time, because you could be doing anything. I ken there's lots of other concerts on, and that's one thing with the crisis that's going on with the health and the pandemic, that I think music is really helping folk get through it, and certainly it helps me. It's like when I had my cancer, you kind of found that the music really helped me get through things. So I think it's definitely pulled folk together. It's keeping everybody apart, obviously, but it's pulling folk together at the same time. So thanks for looking in. We'll be here same time next week, and I'll probably do a workshop on something on Wednesday, but I'll think about that But thanks very much. As I said, it's free, but if you are interested in pitching a wee bit in, thank you very much. The address is www.paypal.me/Paul Anderson, Shona Dawn. And Shona, just lastly would like to say sorry that she couldn't sing the night, but I'm sure there'll be something for the shows the next time that you look in. So I'm going to finish with a tune that my mum requested. My mum asked for a tune called Chardash, which is it's a great violin standard, and I can mind learning it just because I thought it'd be something different to play at concerts. So I've been playing this for a long time now, about 30 years I would say, and I still like it. I've kind of gone off it periodically because I've played it so often, but it is popular for good reason because it's a fantastic tune. So just for my mum, Chardash by Vittorio Monti. We'll see you later, folks. See you next week, hopefully, and take care till then. Bide in your house, go out for a walk, but keep a waffy, folk. Don't mingle in parks and squares. Didn't go to parties either. Bide at home. We'll see you later.